Could the Pittsburgh Steelers have just executed the most brilliant chess move of the entire offseason, or did they make a massive gamble that could backfire spectacularly? The blockbuster trade that sent Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith to Pittsburgh in exchange for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick has everyone analyzing the chess pieces. But the real story might be how this move transforms both teams' defensive identities in completely different ways. Jason McCourty's initial reaction to this trade perfectly captures what most NFL fans experienced: confusion followed by clarity, followed by even more questions. When you first hear Jalen Ramsey to Pittsburgh, your brain immediately starts calculating how he fits alongside their existing secondary pieces. Then you learn that Minkah Fitzpatrick is heading back to Miami, and suddenly everything changes. The financial aspect of this deal tells us everything we need to know about Pittsburgh's commitment to making this work. They're giving Ramsey a $1.5 million raise, bringing his 2025 earnings to $26.6 million, which represents serious money for any organization. You don't pay a player that kind of salary unless you have a very specific plan for maximizing his impact on your defense. But Cordy's analysis hits the nail on the head when he talks about versatility being a key factor. The Steelers now have a secondary that can present multiple looks to opposing offenses, with Ramsey capable of playing cornerback, slot coverage, or even safety depending on the game situation. That kind of flexibility is invaluable in today's NFL, where offensive coordinators are constantly trying to create mismatches and exploit predictable defensive alignments. But here's where things get really interesting from a strategic standpoint. Pittsburgh is trading away a three-time All-Pro safety who has been the quarterback of their defense and the primary communicator in their secondary. Fitzpatrick's loss isn't just about individual talent. It's about losing the player who has been calling coverages and adjustments for the past several seasons. The addition of veteran cornerback Darius Slay alongside Ramsey creates an intriguing dynamic. Both players are on the wrong side of 30, with Slay at 34 and Ramsey turning 31. But as McCourty points out, age doesn't necessarily mean decline when you're talking about players who have maintained elite performance levels throughout their careers. Joey Porter Jr. and Beanie Bishop Jr. represent the youth movement in Pittsburgh's secondary, with Porter established as an outside cornerback and Bishop coming off an impressive rookie season in the slot. Adding Ramsey to this mix gives defensive coordinator Terrell Austin the ability to deploy multiple coverage schemes and create confusion for opposing quarterbacks. The chess piece analogy that McCourty uses is particularly apt when you consider how modern NFL defenses operate. Having a player like Ramsey who can legitimately play multiple positions allows you to disguise coverages, create unexpected matchups, and force offensive coordinators to prepare for multiple scenarios rather than focusing on one specific alignment. From Pittsburgh's perspective, this trade represents a clear win-now mentality. They're betting that Ramsey's versatility and proven track record can help them compete immediately in what has become an increasingly competitive AFC North, with teams like Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland all making aggressive moves. Standing pat wasn't really an option. The safety position becomes the most intriguing question mark for Pittsburgh moving forward. Do they move Ramsey to free safety and utilize his ball skills and coverage instincts? Do they keep him at cornerback, where his elite man-to-man abilities can neutralize opposing teams' best receivers? The beauty of this trade is that they don't have to choose one or the other. They can do both depending on the opponent and game situation. Juan Thornhill's addition through free agency provides some depth at the safety position, but he's not the same type of player as Fitzpatrick. This means Pittsburgh will need to adjust their defensive communication structure and possibly rely more on linebacker or cornerback leadership to handle pre-snap adjustments and coverage calls. From Miami's perspective, this trade raises some serious questions about their organizational direction. As McCourty noted, they're moving away from proven veterans like Ramsey and Smith, players who have demonstrated consistent excellence throughout their careers. While getting Fitzpatrick back is certainly a positive, it leaves gaps in other areas that will need to be addressed. The Dolphins secondary now lacks the proven depth and experience that championship-level teams typically require. While they've added players like Russell Douglas, the overall talent level and veteran leadership has decreased significantly from where it was just a few months ago. Fitzpatrick's return to Miami is particularly fascinating given the circumstances of his original departure. He was essentially run out of town by Brian Flores in 2019 after being asked to play multiple positions rather than focusing on his natural free safety role. Now he's returning to an organization that hopefully has learned from those mistakes and will utilize him properly. The timing of this trade, happening in late June, suggests both organizations had been working on this deal for quite some time. These kinds of complicated swaps involving multiple players and significant salary implications don't happen overnight. They require extensive planning and coordination between front offices. Pittsburgh's willingness to take on Ramsey's substantial salary while also giving him a raise demonstrates their confidence in his ability to perform at an elite level. They're not just acquiring a player, they're investing in a defensive philosophy that prioritizes flexibility and matchup advantages over traditional positional assignments. The ripple effects of this trade will likely be felt throughout the AFC North, where teams now have to prepare for a Pittsburgh defense that can present multiple looks and create unexpected coverage scenarios. Offensive coordinators who thought they had Pittsburgh's defensive tendencies figured out will need to go back to the drawing board, looking ahead to the 2025 season. This trade could be the difference between Pittsburgh making a deep playoff run or falling short of their championship aspiration. If Ramsey can seamlessly integrate into their defensive scheme while maintaining his elite coverage skills, the Steelers could have one of the most versatile and dangerous secondaries in the entire NFL. What do you think about Pittsburgh's decision to prioritize versatility over proven safety play? Do you believe Ramsey's ability to play multiple positions makes up for losing Fitzpatrick's leadership and communication skills? Share your thoughts in the comments below and hit that like button. If you want more analysis of the trades that are reshaping the AFC landscape this season,